And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is so great to see you once again, friends, as we reach the playoffs. 42 games or as a regular season are now behind us. The Chatham Kent Barnstormers earned the right to play your Guelph Royals. And our hats off again to the Chatham Kent Barnstormers, the expansion team that, well, they're like the little engine that could. They think they can, they think they can, they thought they could, and they did. They got them all the way themselves to fifth place here, and they'll be taking on your Royals this evening. My name is Neil Srivastava. It is great to be with you this evening. We're still kind of, not 100% here, but we're going to do our best to get through the ball game tonight. On our own, Mark Perry, of course, is on assignment in Kitchener, and Josh Alderman is at work tonight, so you got stuck with me, unfortunately. So hopefully everything is okay with everything, and we'll go from there. Of course, the Guelph Royals finished in fourth place, so they are the home team in the best of five quarterfinal game one. Game two goes tomorrow night in Chatham Kent as Evan Grills takes the mound here for the Royals. Evan Grills broke into this league as a 16-year-old as a member of the Oshawa Dodgers. I remember him coming out here with all the hype and everything else, and it's like we just saw what he did. He never pitched here, though. But he did pitch in Toronto a couple times, and it was just like, wow, this kid's got some stuff. And then, of course, he went on to an illustrious career in the majors and everything else with minors. Last year with the Ottawa Titans to wrap things up and before becoming a Royal this year. He is tasked with getting the game one start tonight and keeping the very dangerous Chatham Kent Barnstormers off the lineup, off the base paths here. Here's the starting lineup for the Barnstormers. Spencer Marcus is leading off in center field. Sadler Goodwin is batting second at shortstop. Seth Strong, the Panda, is batting third at first base. Robert Mackey is at second base, batting fourth. Josh Williams is in the DH. He is batting fifth. Lee Kucera is batting sixth in left field. Jalen Butcher is in seventh at third base. Torin Vasilenik is eighth in right field. And Greg Kimball is doing the catching tonight for Eric Pettipies. Pettipies, the Dorchester, Ontario native. Gets tasked for the first start in Chatham Kent Barnstormers history in the postseason. And Laurie, so much. I really appreciate that, guys. It means a lot. It means a lot to hear everybody around here and just be a part of the action. Has been watching it at home as much as possible and everything else. And if you know me, you know me. It's hard to watch at home. It's hard to be here too, just as far as the pain levels right now. But we're going to get through it. Hopefully, Jenny's not watching too long and shaking her disapproving head at me too often tonight. Yeah, because we both thought we probably needed a couple more weeks, but you're going to get us for tonight and Sunday, and then we're going to reevaluate things from there. But it might just be these two games in the playoffs. But again, good luck to everybody in the series. It's going to be a great one, of course. Now, Spencer Marcus will lead off here. First pitch was fouled away here at 7:34 p.m. Eastern for strike one. Thank you so much to Hop Fodder. There's a ball down the ball. That's a fair ball down the line. And Spencer Marcus is aboard. He's not going to try the second arm. He's going to get underneath the tag at second base and give Spencer Marcus the leadoff double. Carson Burns thought he had the tag applied here, but to no avail. That'll give us a second to go through the umpires as well. Mike Ruffthrow is behind the plate. Mike Kinnear is at first base, and Jeff Rose is down the line at third. And Sadler Goodwin will be the batter now, with the Barnstormers already threatening here in the first inning. Grills' first offering misses low for ball one. Panda waits on deck, followed by Robert Mackey. Mackey with a lot of play experience with the London Majors. It's a four-pitch. Oh, he said he hit him. Umpire said he did not. I was like going, that's a two-pitch ball. And no, I thought I was missing the count here. Count is 2-0. Grills takes a deep breath out there and will try to collect his thoughts. Looks in from the sign. 2-0 offering. is in there but misses low for ball 3. Of course, we are one of 3 contests in Air County this evening. Kitchener and Welland are underway at Jack Couch Park. Panthers with the surprising upset last night of the Jackfish at the Pont. Other game is the Hamilton Cardinals taking on the London Majors down the road at Labatt Park in London. That one is in there for a strike count now, 3-1. 3-1 offering. Misses low for a ball, and Goodwin will take that walk eventually. First and second with nobody away here for the Panda. An absolutely tremendous season for Seth. Unfortunately, because he's an American and did play professional baseball, he is not eligible for the Rookie of the Year award, but my guess is if he was eligible, he'd be probably tops on everybody's list. It's an absolutely great season and a great young man I got an opportunity to chat with one Sunday morning, and it's just a great story. First pitch to Strong is in there for strike 1. Gillis gets ahead, or Grills gets ahead of the count at 0-1. Check swing, did he go around? The appeal down to second base is going to be denied by Jeff Rose, and that'll even the count at 1-1. Mackey on deck. Josh Williams, another former London Major with a lot of playoff experience. Well, I hope the Barnstormers leaned on those veterans for some experience and what to expect once you get into the IBL playoffs. It's a different kettle of fish, that's for sure. That one's fouled away, and the count now 1-2 on Strong. And I want to take this time to thank the volunteers and the billets around the inter-county. I know you guys don't get a lot of thanks from the league-wise and everything else, but everything you guys do in these ballparks does not go unnoticed from people like me. You all play a part in getting these teams to these positions in the postseason, and I cannot thank you enough. Neither can the fans around the league and the ownership and the players. As Strong goes down on strikes, and there's one away here. Mackey will bat now with 2 on and 1 away. He's the second baseman this evening. That one's in there for a called strike. Grills ahead of the count again at 0-1. When Grills is on, look for him to pound the strike zone consistently. He might get you to chase something out of it, trying to widen the zone and get the umpires to give him that call. Torres tried to bring that one back in, but not to no avail. Count 1-1. This is outside for a ball. It's 2-1. We're finding with most of the Royal starters here, so the mound out in the bullpen is slightly different than the one that is on the field. So first inning, there seems like more of a height and just a distance adjustment. That one swung through and missed by Mackey to even the count at 2-2. Josh Williams waits on deck, trying to get his timing down. Pretty much waiting on Grills like he would be taking it at bat. Meanwhile, Mackey sets here in the box. And waiting on Grills, 2-2 offering. 2-2 offering misses high for a ball. That'll run the count to full. Much to the chagrin of the Royals' kingdom here. Josh Ellenry coined that phrase. I'm going to keep using it. 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. There's 2 away now. They'll bring up Josh Williams, the former London Major, former Hamilton Cardinal. Was with the Cardinals for about most of May and a little bit of June. Was battling injuries, got healthy in time. And the Chatham Kent Barnstormers took a chance on him. And so far, the dividends have paid for themselves. But again, thanks to all the Chatham Kent fans, all the fans around the league tuning in this evening as well. Great to have you with us. Just ask you keep the chat on focused on baseball as much as possible. As Williams hits a grounder, Burns is up, but he'll flip to Garten at first, and the inning's over. Barnstormers strand a pair of base runners, but have nothing to show for it in the first inning. Royals will come to the bat when we come back after the break. Welcome back to Hastings Stadium. The Guelph Royals coming to bat here in the bottom of the first inning. Be leading off by Andy Leader, who's in right field. Connor Morrow, the shortstop, is batting second. Franklin Torres is batting third. He's doing the catching. Garrett Takamatsu is batting fourth. At third base, Josh Garten moves to the fifth spot. At first base, J.D. Williams moves in the sixth. In center field, Ethan Hammond is seventh. Carson Burns and Ashton Patterson rounding out the lineup. On the hill for the Chatham Kent Barnstormers is the Dorchester, Ontario native, Eric Pettipiece, who throws ball one. Second offering from Pettipiece misses low for a ball as well, and the count quickly 2-0. And Brando, it's great to see you. Hope Florida's treating you well, my friend. All the best this summer, this fall. We're going to be watching you with much anticipation for you, sir. You are a young man with a huge upside. Give my best to your dad as well. As Leader fouls that one off, the count now 2 balls and a strike. We'll try to do our best to keep you guys updated on the inter games in inter-county as well this evening, as they're just underway. Leader swings and misses at that offering. The count's even at 2-2. Got to say, it's weird not having 3 screens in front of myself watching this ball game. Leader pops this one down the right field line. Strong back pedals. He's going to make the catch down the line. Retire Leader on the F3 for the first out of the bottom of the first inning. And then I'll bring up Connor Morrow now. Almost didn't recognize him. He shaved off the mustache and the beard, and it's like, who is this guy? Looked like a young kid all of a sudden. That's the same old Connor Morrow. He'll be battling here with Eric Pettipiece. No score in the bottom of the first inning if you're just tuning in. Barnstormers did get 2 base runners, but nothing to show for it, as Evan Grills was able to settle down. And the first pitch to Morrow misses high for ball 1. That one's in there for a strike. Count even at 1-1. Grounded to the shortstop, thrown across the diamond at times is Strong, and there's 2 away. Morrow retired on the 6-3 for the second out of the inning for the Royals. We bring up Franklin Torres, the former Angels prospect. Torres gave us all a scare a couple of weeks ago when he had to leave the ball game. We're not sure what exactly happened in that ball game, but glad to see he's okay. First pitch to Torres misses low from a Pettipies for a ball, and the count is 1-0. That one's called a strike on the other half. Count 1-1. Royals faithful all over the umpires once again. Can't repeat what half of them say in the stands here, but you just kind of shake your head. That one misses inside to Torres, and the count now 2 balls and a strike from Pettipies. Kimball steps out. Pettipies steps off the mound. Have some hand signals going on between innings, or between pitches here. So an interesting clip on Greg Maddox this morning. That he was actually calling his own pitches. It was actually how he would catch the ball. He'd have hand signals with the catcher. He'd catch the glove and everything else. If it was inside, he would deliberately set up different ways to catch the baseball. I was rather impressed. I had a lot of respect for Maddox, but now I think he's the master of Mensa. That one misses upstairs, and Torres will draw the 5-pitch walk here. Royals have got a base runner to bring up Garrett Takamatsu here in the first inning. Just up the road at Jack Couch Park, the Kitchener Panthers have once again struck first. They lead the Welland Jackfish 1-0 in the bottom of the first inning. Mind you, that game is still early, so let's not read too much into it. And of course, the old adage goes, which I might as well just put that on the bullpen walls or something out there at Kitchener, is no lead is safe at Jack Couch Park. You can ask any team that's played there ever. Takamatsu takes strike 1 from Pettipies. Pettipies has a good look over at Torres. Takamatsu chops this one in the infield. This is going to be a tough play. Throw to, but a short third baseman is in time over to Strong. They get Takamatsu. They end the inning. Royals strand a base runner. We're scoreless after 1 here at Hastings Stadium. to Hastings Stadium. I'm Neil Srivastava. Top of the second inning. We're still scoreless between the Chatham Kent Barnstormers and your Guelph Royals on Royals TV. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening, wherever you may be watching. Actually, let us know in the chat where you are watching. It's been some interesting places people have been watching from the last couple of weeks. I know I had friends in New Zealand tuning in while he was on business. As Kucera takes strike one from Grills. We have Brightsgrove, Alberta, or something, and we had some places in Vancouver, some folks out in Nova Scotia. It's great to see. Slow roller. Burns is going to take it on the hop. He'll flip the first just in time to get the flash at first. 4-3 will go to put out with a photo finish. Jalen Butcher now the batter, the third baseman tonight. Got the final out in the top of the bottom of the second or bottom of the first inning for the Royals. I don't think Burns realized how fast Kucera was coming down the line. But he won't make that mistake twice. He'll get on a hop earlier as that one's called a strike on Butcher, and the count is 0-1. This one's off the end of the bat. It's going to be in front of leader. He valiantly tried to dive for it, but couldn't get to it in time. It'll be down as an infield, a one-out single. And the Barnstormers have got something going here in the second inning. Base runners in both the first and second inning to start this ball game. As Torin Vasilenik will come to the plate now. And I hope I'm saying that right. I've been worried. You guys always had me stressed out. Everybody keeps the broadcasters chat we have on Discord. It was like they always get freaked out about it. So if I said it wrong, my apologies to Torin and everybody in the Chatham Kent community. I'm sure Ed and Mike we'll get it right tomorrow night too. And I hope you guys will tune in tomorrow night on YouTube to watch that ball game. Throw over Grills as Garton had to get in front of that one to keep Butcher honest and prevent him from getting that on the backside. First disengagement of the at-bat. Grills is 1-1 offering. Misses outside for a ball. Count even at 1-1. Greg Kimball winning in the wings back to the top of the order after Kimball, should the inning can proceed to that point. One away here in the top of the second inning, still scoreless. That one is a called strike. That'll make the count now a ball and 2 strikes. Quick throw down. Torres thought about it. Was hoping to get the strike call, but didn't, and the count's even at 2-2. Mike Guthrie not giving in to this point to Grills. 2-2 offering. This is inside for a ball. Time. He's calling time and no pitch. He's calling no throw over there because he was having a discussion with the batter. Dan's coming out to have some words with the umpire. He's yelling back at his runner to go back to first. Count remains 3-2. Runner still at first base. Vasilenik trying to argue he was hit by the ball, and the umpire told him, no, you leaned into it with your foot. Grills throws over. That is now the second disengagement of the at-bat, so he's got to either pick him off or he's going to be charged to balk. We know what you meant, Tracy. It's all good. Fouls that one off to stay alive at 3-2. Grills steps off the mound, collects his slots, gets a new baseball. Looks in from a sign from his catcher. Gets one he likes, comes to a set. His 3-2 pitch. Popped high in the air in the infield here. Somebody calling for it. Morrow's calling for it. He's going to make the catch for the second out of the inning, and there's 2 away. Vasilenic retired for the second out on the F6. If you're scoring at home, or you're scoring on point streak like I am. Greg Kimball, the catcher now. Batting the 9 spot, looking to get something done here for the Barnstormers. First pitch to Kimball misses for a ball. Count 0-1. Throw over again to keep Butcher honest at first. Grills gets set again. His 1-0 offering is swung on and missed by Kimball. Evens the count 1-1. Very quick turnaround in this series, at least the first 3 games. Tomorrow night in Chatham is game 2. You can't make the trip down to Chatham Kent, like I cannot. Can't do the bumps right now. I do want to get down there at some point. Game time is 7:05 tomorrow night. Join Ed and Mike on the broadcast on YouTube. And we're back here on Sunday night. It is a 7 o'clock start, not a 7:30. A 7 p.m. start here at Hastings Stadium. Come and join me, and hopefully Josh pops in after 7:30 to come help us out and give a little bit of a break between innings here. That one is swung on and missed by Kimball. Evens the count at 2-2. Grills gets the sign. 2-2 offering. It's fouled away by Kimball. He'll stay alive at 2-2. Royals crowd trying to get behind their pitcher here. As you hear the clap going through my headset. 2-2 pitch is fouled away again. And we're at 7 pitches in the at-bat on this next offering. Two-two pitch. Misses just outside. That'll run the count to full at 3-2. Butcher will be going on the pitch home here. Three-two offering is lined right at Connor Morrow. He'll make the catch, and the inning is over. Barnstormers strand another base runner. They've stranded 3 so far. We're still scoreless since we hit the home half of the second inning here at Hastings Stadium.
Heard you looking for a hero. Well, look up. Yeah, I got the heart of a champion. If I get knocked down, I get back up.
Inning we go here at David E. Hastings Stadium in Game 1 of the quarterfinal series between the Chatham Kent Barnstormers and your Guelph Royals. Our old friend Josh Garton saying hi to all the catchers and the umpires as he comes to bat here in the home half of the second inning in a 0-0 tie. Thank you so much for joining us on YouTube this evening. Garton looking to get hot once again like he was in the early season. So he swings and misses at the first offering from Pettipies. Did have a pair of singles in Wednesday night's contest. Was showing signs of breaking out of the big funk he's been in. But he's always been a postseason performer as long as I've known him. And that's going back some years. A big swing and miss by Garton. He's still got that giant home run swing. For strike two. Having words with Mike Guffler behind the plate here as well. Not sure about what, though. Unless he was trying to argue that Campbell got in his way there on the backswing. Pettipies has an 0-2 offering on his way. That one misses outside for a ball. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes on Garton. Now, Tracy, don't try to be stealing our players now. Come on. Pettipies thought he had it. You can just see his reaction there. It was just call the ball high here. And he'll have to go back to work here against Garton with a 2-2 count. So he hits Garton. He's asking the umpire to make sure he got hit. Because he's having some fun with the Barnstormers, and he'll go down to see his buddy Seth at first. And Mike Kinnear at first base as well. Garton's aboard for J.D. Williams. Nobody away here in the home half of the second inning, and a scoreless tie if you're just joining us. Barnstormers have 3 base runners so far. The Royals have had 1. Eric Pettipies trying to work his way out of this one. First offering to Williams. It was outside. It looked like more of a pitch out, trying to see if Williams was going to square around to bunt. He pulled it back regardless. Garton was not going first pitch here. Garton with a considerable lead as Williams chases a high fastball out of the zone for strike 1. Well, Laurie, he's a great kid. I've known Josh for a long time. I'm just glad to see him having fun playing baseball still. Watching him at Seth at the home run derby was just a great sight and everything else. And it's great to see so many players having a great time. Count now 2-1 on Williams. Pettipies is offering. It's chopped down the line. It's stopped by the third baseman. Bobbled. He's not going to have him play. Likely if he scored an infield single, as that was a tough play even to get that baseball in front of him, let alone think about throwing Williams out at first. Runners at first and second now for Ethan Hampton, the designated hitter tonight, as Kimball is going to go out to have a conversation about signs with Eric Pettipies. Hammond, one of the most patient hitters in this Royals lineup, was sidelined with injuries till Canada Day. But since then, he's been very much a steady contributor to this Royals offense. Of course, he was an All-Star 2 years ago, and also was a Rookie of the Year nominee. Hammond shows bunt as the infield comes in. Barnstormers electing to run the cycle there. That one's in there for a called strike on Hammond. Count is now 0-1. See if they try to bunt again. Strong on the edge of the grass, as is the third baseman. Not sure who's covering third here. Hammond squares again. Gets it down the third base side. Pettipies is not going to have a play on it. Everybody will be safe. It'll be an infield single for Ethan Hammond. A little miscommunication on that bunt play. Pettipies tried to get to it himself, but just was unable to. By the time he got turned around, it was already behind him. Give Hammond the infield single. Bases loaded for the Royals, and Carson Burns, who just got back from his vacation in Portugal. The former Bay Area Baycat would love nothing more to start to win the hearts of the Royals fans here in this situation. Burns checks his swing. Peel down to the second base umpire, Jeff Rose, says he did not go around. It's ball one. Burns, the former All-Star with the Baycats. That one misses outside for a ball. Count now 2-0 in Burns' favor. Saxby full of Royals. Burns looking to cash one or two home here. We're still scoreless in the home half of the second inning. Pettipies looks in from the sign from Kimball. This one's chopped foul by Burns. Count now 2 balls and a strike. Flip that ball. Apologies for the stream drop. We're not sure what happened up here. I think everything is okay. That one misses for a ball. And the count now 3-1. Burns hits this one into center field pretty deep. Looks like it's going to drop into the gap. It's going to go off the fence. And Burns is going to score 2 for sure. And the Royals lead 2-0 on the no-out double by Carson Burns. Burns hit it to the second deepest part of this ballpark. And the Barnstormers are able to get to that one. That's going to prompt the mound visit here in a hurry. Barnstormers can a little forward to let this one slip away early here. As time is now officially called. Before Ashton Patterson sees a pitch. I agree with you, Laurie. That's exactly what should have happened. That's a case of nerves or some miscommunication. That's a mom who knows her baseball. Mound visit over. That is the first trip charge to the Barnstormers officially. And Ashton Patterson, who's been on a little mini tear of his own here in the last few weeks of the regular season, would love to continue it here. Give the Royals an extra run here. Corners in. Middle infield at double play depth. Patterson hits the first thing he sees down the line, but it's going to go just foul. As you hear the groans from the Royals faithful. Strike one. That one misses outside for a ball. Count even at 1-1 on Patterson. Patterson swings and misses on that one. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. An interesting situation last night in the extra innings of the Welland Jackfish Kitchener Panthers game. With a 2-0, an 0-2 count on Gonzalez. I thought for sure. And that one hits down the line. It's going to drop in. 1 run will score. Burns is held up at third. Patterson is going to advance to second on the throw. He's going to slide. He is out on the tag. Give him the RBI. He's retired. 2-6 on the putout. So that actually is a 9-2-6 for putout. Give Patterson the RBI single. The Royals do get another run. It's 3-0. And Andy Leader will bat here with 1 away. So single RBI to bring home the other run. Burns goes to third. Patterson is out on a 9-2-6 putout. Leader takes a big hack at that offering from Pettipies for strike 1. But getting back to what I saw, it was just that for sure. When Brian Esri came out to the ball game, I thought for sure when he went to have a conversation on the mound, he was going to tell him to put Gonzalez on. But he went back to the dugout really quickly, and it's like, okay, I was expecting the intentional walk. They didn't walk Gonzalez. He hit the next pitch with a little blooper into the outfield that gave the Panthers the go-ahead run in the top of the 10th inning. It was a case of woulda, coulda, shoulda. As Leader hits this one hard into the gap. But it's going to be caught on the run by the right fielder. Runner will tag. Burns will trot home safely. It's 4-0 Royals here in the 2nd inning. Give Andy Leader the sacrifice fly and the RBI. Sack F9 for the 2nd of the inning as Burns comes home to score with ease. And Connor Morrow, now the 7th batter of this inning. Royals have scored 4 in the inning so far. That one's in there for a strike. Count 0-1 on Morrow. That one hits Morrow in an unpopular place, and he'll make his way down to first.
The catcher, number 44, Franklin Torres.
Last update we did have from Kitchener, the Panthers were leading 1-0 on the Jackfish. Majors and Cardinals were scoreless. We'll check again between half innings, don't worry. We'll keep you up to date on the inter games in the inter-county. Or you can go to the IBL website, who tagged me today, and said, hey, I know you watch on 3 different monitors, but we made it easier for the fans. They can all watch on one screen now. I was like, you guys did that now? Glad we can inspire that, though. First pitch to Torres misses for a ball. That one misses outside for a ball. And a count quickly 2-0 in Torres' favor. Torres walked in the first inning, got stranded at first base. I was trying to figure out who Torres' batting stance reminds me of. I want to say it's a cross between Ken Griffey Jr. and I'm not sure who the other one was, but I thought it might have been Roberto Osuna. Or Acuna, sorry. Not the pitcher, the batter from the Braves. That one's in there for a strike to count now 3 balls and a strike on Torres with the 8th batter of the inning. Garrett Takamatsu waiting on deck will be the 9th. That one misses upstairs, and Torres will draw his 2nd walk of the night. And Garrett Takamatsu representing the 9th batter of the inning will fill the inning here as he's the 9th batter. We'll have to flip to a, whereas Ed and Mike used to call it, another line in the scorebook. And that's going to prompt an Nenner mound visit here, and likely the end of Eric Pettipies' evening here. Time is called. Don't see anybody making their way down from the bullpen just yet, but there the call is made. So we'll take a quick break here while we have the new pitcher coming in. We'll come back to it and give you a chance who it is when we come back. New pitcher on the mound for the Chatham Kent Barnstormers is number 15, Aiden Ryan. Of course, Ryan was a former IBL pitcher of the week this year. Be tasked with the task of just dousing out the Flames here in the second inning as the Royals is struck for 4, with Garrett Takamatsu threatening to make it 5, if not more. Eric Pettipies' day is done. He is still responsible for Franklin Torres and Connor Morrow on the base pass. And yes, Mark, it is throwing everybody off, but Connor forgot his jersey at home, so he's wearing number 3 tonight. It happens. And yes, we have missed Mark Graham in the stands most of the season. Not only here, but the Silver Creek games as well. The ground ball hit to the second baseman, and it gets off the glove. And that's going to score another run. Throw's going to third. It's going to be cut off by the shortstop. Runners on the corners. Royals up by 5 at 5-0. Took a weird hop in front of the second baseman.
Time to crank it up, Royal City, for the first baseman, number 15.
Fortunately, at this level, we don't have the luxury of instant replays yet. Something else we can work into the production budget for next year. Of course, the owner, Sean Fuller, in the listening in the background going, yeah, right. He's going to send me a huge, that's going to be probably a no, politely. That'll be going into the scorebook as an E4. It went off the second baseman's glove. This one gets away from the catcher. The throw to the plate is not going to be in time. Torres comes home to score. It's 6-0 Royals. A pass ball charge to Kimball allows Takamatsu to go to second base, and another run home to score. As Josh Garton with the bats with a ball 1 count in his favor. Deflected by Kimball. Allowed to run the score, and Takamatsu went to second base on it. That is me reminding myself how to score in point streak. Hats off to the other scorers around the league to do this on a daily basis. Count is 1-1 on Garton now, as Aiden Ryan looks in here. Down there with a strike, and the count is 1-2. He's now a pitch away from getting into this nightmarish inning for the Barnstormers. Royals struck for 6 in the inning so far. Garton would love to extend it a little more. Ground ball hits the second baseman, up with it cleanly this time, over to the Strong, and the inning is finally over. Royals get 6 runs on 4 hits. Barnstormers charges 1 error. The Royals leave a base runner. 6-0 is the scores. We head to the top of the 3rd inning when we come back after the break.
All right, fans, it's cornhole.
Welcome back to David E. Hastings Stadium as we head to the top of the 3rd inning. The Guelph Royals leading the Chatham Kent Barnstormers 6-0 here in Game 1 of the quarterfinal series. I'm Neil Srivastava. Thank you so much for tuning in on YouTube, wherever you may be watching this evening. Spencer Marcus will lead things off for the Barnstormers. Find themselves down by a 6 spot. Marcus hits the first offering. He sees Takamatsu up with it. Long throw will get Marcus in time for the first out on the 5-3. Out of town scoreboard. Up the road in Kitchener, somebody poked the Jackfish one too many times. And it's now 7-1 Jackfish over the Panthers.
Shortstop, number 44.
Bottom of the 3rd inning in Labatt Park, the London Majors leading the Hamilton Cardinals 1-0. Of course, back here at the Royal Stadium, at Hastings Stadium, as we mentioned, it is 6-0 for the Royals at the top of the 3rd inning here with 1 away. Grills pounds the strike zone on Sadler. Good one for strike 1. Grills seems to be settled more into his groove here as he's getting Goodwin to chase that one and quickly ahead the count 0-2. Popped up in the infield here. Torres is calling for it. He'll make the catch in foul territory for the 2nd of the inning. Goodwin retired on the F2.
First baseman, number 30, Seth Strong.
That'll bring up the Panda now with 2 away. Strong swinging in the 1st inning. Barnstormers had 2 base runners on in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd inning, but walked away empty-handed in both frames. Grills has settled in here and now retired the last 4 he's faced. Strong takes a big hack at that first offering here for strike 1. Swing and a miss. And Strong behind the count at 0-2. It looks like a brand new bat he's swinging tonight. Ball misses outside, and the count is 1-2 as the Royal fans all over the plate umpire yet again about the strike zone. That one misses again, count 2-2. Strong steps out of the block, collects his thoughts here. Grill steps off the mound. Connor Morrow doing some junkie calisthenics out there. He's trying to stay awake, I'm not sure. Maybe just got a cramp. As Strong hits this right one at the Garten, he'll step on the bag himself for the third out of the inning. And the Barnstormers go 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the third inning. Royals will come to bat, leading this one 6-0. Third inning here at David E. Hastings Stadium. The Guelph Royals out in front by 6 over your Chatham Kent Barnstormers. I'm Neil Srivastava. Thank you so much for tuning in. Our pleasure to be here tonight, and glad to bring the ball game to you. Of course, Laurie's probably sitting there going, yeah, it's a new bat, but one isn't never an old bat. Williams hits the first offering he sees for Maiden Ryan, but that goes foul down the left field line and out of play. Williams is 1 for 1 with a run scored and a single so far in this contest. Ethan Hammond and Carson Burns due up in the inning. And Hopfather, you remind me of that episode of The Simpsons where Grandpa Simpson comes into the speakeasy, he sees his he sees his grandson and does a quick double take. Well, my work here is done. Bye. I'll come back later. Williams hits this one up the middle. It's going to go past a diving shortstop, and Williams is 2 for 2 with a single. Royals have got the leadoff man aboard here to start the third inning, looking for more.
The designated hitter, number 28, Ethan Hammond.
Hammond 1 for 1 with a bunt single in the second inning. Some defensive miscommunication on the bunt coverage. That one's a called strike. The count is now 1-1 on Hammond. I don't know where Ethan Hammond learned his patience at the plate, but my goodness, it's a virtue with this young man. He is a very tough out at the plate. Misses outside for a ball. Count now 2-1. Williams with a sizable lead, but the Royals not trying to run it up unless they have to here. Probably 2 shoulder lengths distance away from Strong here at first base. Ryan's offering. Misses outside for a ball. Count now 3-1 on Hammond. Misses low, and Hammond draws a no-out walk here. Runners at first and second to start the Royals' third inning. Carson Burns, the second baseman tonight. 1 for 1 with a double and 2 RBIs so far, plus a run scored in the second inning. Ryan just doesn't look comfortable out there on the mound right now. Almost like he's holding something, the ball against his backside here just to keep himself propped up. Looks the runner back and throws ball 1. Doesn't seem to have the same oomph it usually does behind his pitches right now. Looks Hammond back at first. This one's chopped up the middle. Yeah, tough play. They're only going to have one play. That's going to get Burns at first over to the Strong. 6-3 goes a putout. Runners will go to second and third respectively with 1 away now. Burns retired on the 6-3. Runners do go to second and third respectively. And Patterson, who's got a single and an RBI, will be the batter here. Chops this one up the middle here. It's going to be a tough play. Going to throw to first in time to get everybody. As Patterson is retired on that 5-3 for the second inning of the inning.
The right fielder, number 11, Andy Leader.
Runners had to hold as Beast of Burden plays. That means Andy Leader must be coming to the plate. I almost want to sing along every time I hear this one and I hear Connor Morrow. So it's just, if it happens tonight, my apologies. I've been stuck in the house way too long in the last few weeks. Jenny's probably cringing at that thought too, going, don't let him sing. So I'm glad she's watching from home. Leader takes ball 1 inside and low. 2 away here in the top of the or bottom of the third inning. Royals have got runners at second and third. We're leading this one 6-0 if you're just tuning in. Leader swings and misses at that one. Evens the count at 1-1. Leader with a sacrifice fly in the second inning. And a fly out to first base in the first. That one's in there for a strike call. And the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Leader. Connor Morrow waits on deck. Ryan gets the sign from Kemble. Looks the runner's back. Leader hits a poke at the third baseman and bobbles the ball. A run's going to come in. That'll be an E5 charged on the third baseman. Royals lead this one 7-0. That That was one of those plays. He was trying to make the play, realizing how fast Leader is. You heard you hit the ball in the glove, and it just ate him up, unfortunately, for Leader. But fortunately for the Royals, they do score another run, but it's going to go in the scorebook. It's an E5, no RBI, and no base hit for Leader. Runners on the corners now with 2 away. Morrow switched his walk-up song. So I don't get this. I don't get to listen to old Blue Eyes tonight. There's another chopper at the third baseman, fielded cleanly this time. He'll throw to first. Strong with the pick to end the inning. And I'm sure there'll be some hearty handshakes or a pat in the backside. Strong ends that inning. Morrow retired on the 5-3 with a huge scoop by the Panda at first base. Royals do increase the lead, and now lead this one 7-0 as they head to the top of the 4th inning when we come back here at Hastings after the break. Top of the 4th inning here at Hastings Stadium. Thank you so much for tuning in on YouTube. I'm Neil Srivastava. You're watching Royals TV with the Guelph Royals leading the Chatham Kent Barnstormers 7-0 here in Game 1 of the quarterfinal series against the Barnstormers. Game 2, of course, tomorrow night in Chatham Kent. Game time is 7:05. Ed and Mike will have the call on YouTube. I got a night off. But who's kidding? Who? I'm going to be watching that game and every other game that's going on in the inter-county. That one's called a strike, and Robert Mackey takes strike 1. Evan Grill has really settled in, and after that rocky first inning, after the first 2 batters reached, he just started throwing strikes up there. A big swing and a miss by Mackey. The count quickly 0-2. Mackey followed by Josh Williams and Lee Cusera due up in the inning. Barnstormers looking for some signs of life here. Just 2 hits so far for them in the contest. As Mackey hits this one into the gap, Williams is not going to get to this one in time. He will cut it off. Mackey will be held to his single. And just like that, the Barnstormers have got the leadoff man aboard as a snowball fight breaks out in the infield. Williams' throw was a little bit weirder and wilder than they expected here. Not sure who he was planning on throwing that one to. Morrow looks at Williams and says, hey, I'm over here. Excuse me. Josh Williams, the designated hitter, will be the batter now with 1 on and nobody away to start the 4th inning. Sorry for coughing in everybody's ears. That one is fouled away for strike 1. Grills did have retired 5 in a row to that point before Mackey got the single. This one's popped in the air. Torres gives this one chase. He'll make the catch on the run and stays in fair territory, or foul territory. Torres with the grab there. kept the mask on and kept himself upright when he was chasing that baseball. Williams is retired on the F2. Put a star beside that one for later. One away. Lee Cusera, the Flash, will be the batter now. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out 4-3 in the second inning on a very close play at first base. Cusera turns on that one. That's going to go foul down the line, though. Just foul for strike one. You hear the Barnstormer fans yelling at their TV. It was fair. It was fair. Trying to do the reverse Pete Rose. Or I guess Carlton Fisk, too. Yeah, I'm really dating myself. I might have been, too, when that Fisk hit the ball with it, so I know I didn't watch it in real life. My parents were not baseball fans, to say the least. Cusera swings and misses, and now on the ropes as Grills looks for the punch-out. One away here in the top of the fourth inning. 7-0 Guelph. Just tuning in. Cusera swings and misses, and there's another punch-out for Grills. Three strikeouts on the contest for Evan Grills. Jalen Butcher now the batter with 2 away. Throw over by Grills to keep the runner at first. Mackey honest. A big swing and a miss there by Jalen Butcher for strike one. Count 0-1. Butcher singled in the second inning, but got stranded at first base. Barnstormers have base runners in the first and second inning. Nobody in the third. As it looked like Butcher went around on that pitch and foul tipped it off Torres. Count now 0-2 on Butcher. Royals Kingdom getting behind their pitcher. Not a bad crowd for a Friday night. Full down the left field line. Filling in nicely down the right field line. Of course, a grandstand. And Butcher goes down looking for strike three. Barnstormers strand a base runner, but that's all they get here in the fourth inning. Royals leading this one 7-0. They come to bat when we come back after the break. Bottom of the fourth inning we go here at David E. Hastings Stadium. Game one of your quarterfinal series between the Chatham Kent Barnstormers and the Guelph Royals. I'm Neil Srivastava. Guelph Royals up with a 7th spot early here as Franklin Torres will come to bat for the third time this evening. A pair of walks so far in the contest for the Royals catcher. That one's called strike from Aiden Ryan on Torres. Count 0-1. Thank you, Tammy, for the scoreboard update after the Jackfish have woken up at Jack Couch Park and put up an 8 spot on the Panthers, who led that one 1-0. Still 1-0 Majors over the Hamilton Cardinals out of the bat park. That one is in the 4th inning as well. As Torres hits one deep to center field here, but is going to be tracked down by the center fielder for out number 1. Torres retired on the F8.
Third baseman, number 4, Garrett Takamatsu.
Takamatsu, the third baseman, will bat now. He is 0 for 2 in the contest. A ground out 5-3 and reached on an error in the 2nd inning on the second baseman. Tammy's now correcting. It is now 9-1. As Takamatsu hits a liner up the middle for a base hit, and he'll be aboard with one away. Josh Scarton will come to the plate now. He got hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning and grounded out 4-3 in that 2nd inning as well. Royals sending 11 batters to the plate in the 2nd inning. Garton takes a couple more hacks here before stepping in the box to face Aiden Ryan. Ryan has a look back at Takamatsu. Garton foul tip, swings in that one into the glove for strike 1. Well, and Jackfish playing in Jack Couch is like letting a kid loose in a candy store. Not good things are going to happen. I think they've scored about 30 runs there this season. That's when it bounces in front of the mound, and Takamatsu will be at second base on the wild pitch charge to Aiden Ryan. 1-1 is the count on Garton now. That one bounced in front of the plate, and Kimball did his best just to keep that ball in front of him. Oops. Count now 2-1 on Garton. J.D. Williams waiting on deck. Ethan Hammond waiting in the hole should anything progress to that point. Garton hits this one high in the air to left field. Left fielder trying to track it down. He will make the catch to retire Garton on the F7. Takamatsu will hold his way at second base now with 2 away.
Let's turn it up for the center fielder, number 8, J.D. Williams.
J.D. Williams 2 for 2 in the contest. A pair of runs scored. Pair of singles so far. He fouls off the first offering he sees from Aiden Ryan for strike 1. If you're just tuning in, it's 7-0 for the Royals. A 6-run second inning followed by another run in the third. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. They lead this one 7-0. Barnstormers had a chance in the first inning, another base runner in both the second and last inning, but nothing to show for it, as Evan Grills has been able to shut them down to this point, as that one is fouled away by J.D. Williams for strike 2. Takamatsu with a conservative lead at second base here, knowing he has to try to score on anything hit to the outfield. 0-2 offering is popped in the air down the right field line. Strong has got a beat on it. He'll make the catch. Panda will reel that one in. And that's going to end the inning. Royals strand a base runner here. Come nothing to show for it. No runs, one hit, no errors in the inning. But lead this one 7-0. We'll be back at the top of the 5th inning after the break. Top of the 5th inning here at David E. Hastings Stadium. Thank you so much for watching this one on Royals TV. I'm Neil Srivastava. Guelph Royals up by a 7-spot over the Chatham Kent Barnstormers in Game 1 of the quarterfinal series. Game 2, of course, goes quickly tomorrow night in Chatham Kent. Game time is 7:05. Join Mike and Ed on the broadcast. Those guys are great broadcasters. I've learned a lot just listening to both of them this year. So my hat's off to you, gentlemen. And hope everything goes well tomorrow night for you guys on the call. Game 3 is back here at Hastings Stadium. You can get your tickets online. Go to the Royals website, look for tickets. Or you can come and join us on YouTube. But we'd love to have you here at Hastings Stadium. Please note, Sunday night's game is a 7 o'clock start as opposed to the usual 7:30. It's just to give the guys and everybody else, of course, the Chatham Kent Barnstormers, a little more lead time on the buses and everything else, and hopefully get them back in Chatham Kent at a somewhat decent hour. Game 4, if necessary, in the series is Tuesday night in Chatham Kent. Game 5 would be played here Wednesday night. That's a 7:30 start. And it was a flip to first. 5-3 goes the putout. Vasilinic is retired. Royals has the first out here in the 5th inning. 5-3 is Vasilinic retired. Greg Kimball, the catcher, will be the batter. He lined out to Connor Morrow to end the 2nd inning.
The catcher, number 10, Greg Kimball.
I will have the call of Sunday's contest with you. Josh Alderman might be able to swing in a little bit later, probably about the 2nd or 3rd inning, depending on traffic and what time he finishes work on Sunday. And then we'll see who's available for Wednesday night's contest if necessary. I've been told, but not only by my doctors, but my better half, not to overdo it. So I hope you guys will understand. I love doing this, but at the same time, there's only we're not out of the woods yet. That one misses outside for a ball, and the count now is 3-1 on Kimball. That one's a called strike. The count is 3-2. There's a chopper. Morrow will take it on the bounce. Long throw will be in time to Garten for the 6-3 putout and the 2nd out of the inning. Connor Morrow had to catch it between bounces there. And Spencer Marcus will bat now with 2 away. Marcus led off the ball game with a double down the line and grounded out 5-3 in the 3rd.
Number 19, left the center fielder, Spencer Marcus.
to call the ball. Count even at 1-1 here. Marcus takes a huge swing and a miss. For strike 2. Spencer Marcus is one of those great stories you'd love to hear about. He had stepped away from the game of baseball for about 2 years. Heard the Chatham Kent, his hometown team, was doing open tryouts last year. Of course, he's a supply teacher and part-time bartender. So he lines this one in the right field. It's going to be falls in front of the leader, and he's got himself a 2-out single. Those are the kind of stories you love to hear about. He thought his playing days were behind him, at least at a professional or semi-pro level. He finished a graduate of Niagara College and was, considering doing teaching and everything else. And then when he saw the tryout, and he was just absolutely mashing the baseball. And that's a huge testament to the recruitment the Barnstormers did in the offseason as well. That one misses for a ball. And the count is 0-1 on Sadler Goodwin. That one's in there for a strike. And the count is even 1-1 from Evan Grills on Sadler Goodwin. That one misses low. Of course, he was also the first signee by the Barnstormers. And lo and behold, he put one of the league's best batting averages this year. That's a count now 2-0 on Goodwin. Going hits a chopper. Takamatsu takes the backhander. Long throw on the bounce and the scoop by Garton to end the inning. 5-3 as they're playing a game of catch across the diamond as Garton wings it right back at Takamatsu. Barnstormers stranded yet another base runner. Royals lead this one by 7 and will come to bat here in the home half of the 5th inning when we come back after the break. New pitcher on the hill for the Barnstormers. We start the bottom of the 5th inning is Caitlin Morin. Another one of those great stories that came out of the Barnstormers. Caitlin Morin, the former hockey goaltender who idolized Carey Price. I remember seeing an article in the newspapers a few years back that he actually won a chance to go to a hockey camp coached by his idol Price. So that was one of the cool things that came out as well. The count is 1-1 on Ethan Hammond. This one's popped high in the air. And Hammond is retired on the F7 for the first out of the inning. Warren comes in and gets the first batter he faces on 3 pitches. A big swing and a miss, or it's fouled off by Burns for strike 1. Our producer and I, looking at the cameras going, it was this close again. I keep dreading it because I know how much those cameras cost. I'm the one that bought those 3 cameras, actually. So I'm like going, please don't break them. I got to get one more year out of them at least. I just finished paying the darn things off. Burns has switched bats here, too. He's gone to the light blue special. The count now 1-1 on Burns. Burns with a double and a ground out 6-3, a run scored, 2 RBIs. A big swing and a miss when not offering for Morin. He's now behind the count at 1-2. Burns goes down swinging for strike 3 and out number 2 to start the 5th inning. Ashton Patterson, who's got a single and a ground out, plus an RBI, will be the batter with 2 away. Patterson with a big swing and miss, the first offering for Morin for strike 1. Count 0-1. That one's in there for a stalled strike on the inner half. Count now 0-2 on Patterson. Andy Leader waiting on the wings as is the rest of the top of the Royals order. Should Patterson find a way on board here? That one misses in the dirt, gets through the catcher for ball 1. One-two offering. Misses just inside. Patterson wasn't sure. He works himself away there now with 2-2 count. Warren steps off the rubber, looks in for the sign from Kimball. 2-2 offering. Misses low for a ball. Gets away from Kimball. Count now full at 3-2. Well, thank you so much for tuning in on Royals TV this evening. If you're just tuning in, it is 7-0 for the Royals here in Game 1 of the quarterfinals. A 6-run 7th inning, or 6-run 2nd inning. Words be hard as Patterson will draw the full count walk here, followed by a run in the 3rd inning to make it 7-0. Barnstormers had chances in the 1st and 2nd inning, but couldn't get another timely hit they needed. As Andy Leader will bat with 2 away and a runner at first. Unlikely to see the Royals being too aggressive on the base paths here. Likely playing station to station, up by 7 here. Especially when it's game 1 of the series. You don't want to run up the score here when you have potentially another 4 games against the same team. Don't need any bad blood or being shed in the first ball game. That one misses outside for a ball on leader. Count now 0-1. Leader has a sacrifice fly, RBI, reached on an error in the 3rd, and flew out to first base in the 1st inning. Former Kitchener Panther, 2-time All-Star. I think it's 3-time All-Star. Just an absolute great guy. He loves helping younger kids learn the game of baseball. I miss seeing his mom in the stands cheering him on. I know she watches sometimes on the YouTube, though. But she was always a big proponent at Jack Couch Park. I'd always hear her in the stands cheering on her son. That one's in there for a called strike. And the count now 2-1 on leader. Patterson with a very conservative lead at first. Maybe only 3.5 steps away from Strong, who's holding him on at first. Moran looks him back. 2-1 offering the leader is called in there for a strike, and the count is 2-2. 2-2 offering is swung on and missed. Leader goes down on strikes. Royals will strand another base runner here in the 5th inning, but lead this one 7-0. Barnstormers coming to bat here in the top of the 6th inning when we come back. Top of the 6th inning here at David E. Hastings Stadium. Thank you so much for tuning in to Royals TV. The Guelph Royals leading the Chatham Kent Barnstormers 7-0 here in Game 1 of the quarterfinal series. As Seth Strong, the Panda, will lead things off in the 6th inning. Strong 0 for 2 in the contest. Did have 16 home runs on the season. Obviously with the Chatham Kent Barnstormers as a new franchise record. Just 5 off the modern day record set by Sean Riley. Of course, Tyler Duncan hit 16 last year as well. Speaking of the Tyler Duncan and the Cardinals, they're trailing in the London Majors in the 5th inning. 3-0 now at Labatt Park as Strong hits this one on a rope. Leader's going to let it take it on the bounce, and the Panda will be the board here to start the 6th inning. Got a fastball up in the zone, and he jumped on it. And the Panda will sit at first base. 9-1 is the score in favor of the Welland Jackfish over the Kitchener Panthers. That one is in the 5th inning as well at Jack Pouch Park. Robert Mackey will bat here with Strong at first. First pitch misses low for a ball on Mackey. Mackey is 1 for 2 in the contest, a strikeout and a single. Takes ball 1 low there. Count 1-0. Watches that one low again. Count now quickly 2-0. Josh Williams on deck, followed by Lee Kucera in the hole. This one's popped up high in the infield. Torres has a beat on it. And now he's going to fly over his mask and not get it, unfortunately. That'll be a foul ball. That was almost dangerous as the mask and the bat got interlocked down there. Torres almost did a butts over tea kettle. But thankfully he was able to stay on his feet and not get hurt there. Be a foul ball count now, 2 balls and a strike on Mackey. Mackey gets a new life there. Torres was not able to throw the mask too far out of his weight there, unfortunately, and it hit the bat and almost got stuck underneath his feet. Thankfully, he's okay. This one's popped in the air down the right field line. Garton has a read on it, but it's going to be not caught again, and Carson Burns seems to be okay, though, thankfully. It almost looks like he almost got spiked, and Garton almost got unwillingly put his cleats through his teammate here, as both gentlemen went chasing after the baseball. And Mackey has yet another again life. Are we sure Robert Mackey wasn't a cat in a previous life now? That one misses in the dirt and then runs the count to full on Mackey. Strong at first base. Nobody away here in the 6th inning for the Barnstormers. Evan Grills has been able to battle his way through so far through 5 innings. This one is lined by Mackey, who wins this battle. And the Barnstormers have got back-to-back singles to start the 6th inning. No activity whatsoever down in the Royals bullpen. There's not even anybody down there right now.
Designated hitter number 99, Josh Williams.
That'll bring up the designated hitter, Josh Williams, who's always dangerous in situations like this. We all know the power he's got in that bat and that swing. He can turn a baseball game in a hurry with one swing of that bat. London Major fans and Hamilton Cardinal fans all too familiar with it. That one is fouled away for strike 1. Grills gets the sign from Torres. A 1 offering. This is upstairs for a ball. They won't try the breaking ball. It'll even the count at 1-1. Trying to change the eye level of Williams here. Going to chase something he normally wouldn't. Guts right underneath this one. Leader charging hard, as is Burns. It'll be Burns who will call it for it and make the catch on the edge of the infield. Williams retired for the first out of the inning on the F4. They're bringing Lee Kucera, also known as the Flash, with some highly real catches in the outfield for Kucera in the early stages of this year. A big swing and a miss by the left fielder for strike 1. 7-0 Royals leading this one if you're just tuning in. We are in the bottom of this, or the top of the 6th inning now. Thank you so much for joining us on Royals TV. We're getting ever so close to that 1,000 subscriber mark on YouTube, so if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please consider doing so. Of course, in order to be able to chat in the chat as well, you do have to be a subscriber, so it's our way of, gently nudging you to hit that subscribe button anyways. As it swings and misses, and Grills will get the punch out, his 4th of the night. Sarah down on strikes for the second time tonight.
Third baseman, number 5, Jalen Butcher.
Jalen Butcher, the third baseman now. And we're very close on to partnership level on my personal YouTube, too. So that's where we've been posting all the inside the IBL content as well, which I hope to get back on a more regular basis. Of course, the health scare and everything else really sidelined all my plans. So we do have a good chunk of stuff from the All-Star game that we didn't get a chance to publish. So you might see some of that in September when I have some downtime or when I'm recovering, hopefully from surgery. But we'll see. Grills have settled back in, and they've got ahead of the count now, even the count at 1-1 on Jalen Butcher. Not to seem to be able to get the outside pitch at all tonight. Where Grills loves to live, though. Just hasn't been able to get the call. That one's fouled away on the inner half for strike 2, and the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes on Butcher. Butcher has a single and strikeouts in the fourth inning, sorry. Singled in the second. Got stranded at first base. Barnstormers to this point have stranded 7 base runners. Almost a small village. A swing and a miss, and Grills has another punch out. As the Royals will come off the field here, leading this one 7-0, and coming to the bat in the home half of the 6th inning when we come back after the break. Looks like we got the Gavin cam to start the bottom of the 6th inning here. They always seem to know exactly where to stand when we got that camera placed down beside the Royals dugout. And I guess he realized it was on the camera, and he kind of just did the Homer Simpson slink back into the bushes there. Of course, Gavin McKenzie is probably one of the hardest working guys on this team. He comes to the game early with his dad, who sits beside me to my right and runs all the music here in the stadium. We thank them both for their dedication to the Royals. Of course, we do, as with all the other volunteers throughout the years here at Hastings Stadium, it takes a village to run to keep this team going. So we are very grateful for each and every one of them. Connor Moore will lead off the bottom of the 6th inning here in game 1 of the quarterfinals. The Royals leading this one 7-0. Morrow throwing everybody off, I guess, wearing number 3 tonight. Uniform changes happen, as do facial hair changes apparently too. I almost didn't recognize him walking through the parking lot. And they said, "Hey, Neil." I'm like, "What? Who are you?" Morrow takes ball 1 here. He's been hit by a pitch, and he's grounded out 6-3 and 5-3. When he was hit by the pitch, he'd come around to score in that 6-run second inning. Very short turnaround in this series like it is every year. Game 2 goes tomorrow night in Chatham Kent. Game time is 7:05. Make sure you join Mike and Ed on their YouTube channel, the Chatham Kent Barnstormers YouTube channel. And I'll be back here on Sunday night for the call. It's a 7 o'clock start here at Hastings Stadium as well. So make sure you note the time change. We're going to be watching everything a half an hour behind everybody else. But if you're in the area, definitely make plans to be here Sunday night. Cheer these guys on in person. We'd love to have you. A great crowd for a Friday night here on hand as well. Grandstand is full, and both sides filled in rather nicely. You can't see anything but chairs down the left field line. And they're right down the tree line as well, down the right field line. Morrow has a 3-1 count on his favor now. Moran misses outside, and that'll be ball 4, and the leadoff man will be aboard here for the Royals to start the 6th inning. Franklin Torres, who's 0 for 1 in the contest, has reached on base on a pair of walks. Will be the batter now. A great late season acquisition by the Royals. They got the man they wanted in Franklin Torres. They were looking all season long for a reliable professional catcher with lots of experience. Of course, that's what you need to backstop your guys in the playoffs. Just complements a great pitching staff as well. That one misses low for a ball. Moran with a generous lead at first. Moran looks over at him. That one misses low again. Count now 2-0 in Torres' favor. Garrett Takamatsu and Josh Garton waiting in the wings here. With nobody away, they'll definitely get a chance to come up to bat unless Torres grounds into a double play here. Not trying to will it into existence here either. Big swing and a miss by Torres, and he makes the count 2 balls and a strike now. Saw pictures on the Yukigram, also known as Yuki Narita's Instagram, of him and Franklin Torres going fishing this week. It was cute to see them both trying to fish here in Ontario, and I hope Yuki realizes the fish he caught was not legal size. Hope he didn't try to take it home and eat it. I hope he put that one back in the pond for somebody else. But it was great to see them having some fun doing what Canadian guys would do on their days off. Count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. This one's popped foul and out of play. And it will count remain 2-2. Sadly, I haven't been fishing this year because obviously been busy with baseball and then health issues. But maybe we'll definitely have to make some time to go next year. Cut down on the various other ballparks. This one's popped in the air. Runner was going. This is now going to be in no man's land. It's going to drop in. Morrow had to stay between halfway there as it dropped in on the right fielder. Ball was hitting the no man's land. Second baseman was kind of confused. He wasn't sure if he's supposed to cover the base or go chase the baseball. Give Torres the seeing eye single, literally. Morrow over to second base, and Garrett Takamatsu will bat with 2 on and nobody away now. And shout out to our producer, Jacob Chappelle, for keeping us moving tonight as well. The in-house PA announcer, of course, is Bruce Barkers, the legendary former Toronto Rock announcer who has worked with the Calgary Stampeders. Did a lot of work with the Blue Jays as well in the PR department in his earlier days. We're lucky to have him in the Royal City. That one's in there for a called strike on Takamatsu. 0-1's the count. Moran's looking from the sign from Kimball, who shakes one off. Find one you like here. Takamatsu calls time as they're still cycling through signs here. I'm wondering if he was having a hard time seeing Kimball's fingers there, because you just saw Kimball reach for a chunk of chalk as much as he could anyways. Seems like it's seeing the fingers a little better now. Here's a one offering. Takamatsu pops this one foul, and that's going to get out of play. Kimball's giving it chase, but then quickly abandons his pursuit, and it'll be strike 2 here. Now misses outside for a ball, runs the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bottom of the 6th inning here at Hastings Stadium. Thank you so much for tuning in on Royals TV. Royals up 7-0. A big 6-run second inning. The main culprit in this downfall for the Barnstormers. A tough inning, a couple of tough hops on the infield, a couple errors. Definitely didn't help their case. As that one hits Takamatsu and Kimball. Looks like it deflected off Takamatsu and then hit Kimball somewhere he's not expecting to get hit. Umpire is going to go pick up the baseball and give Catlin Moore a few more innings here. That's the things you can't make up there, Tammy. The lights just went out at Jack Couch Park with the Jackfish leading that ball game 13-1 with 2 out. I know it's not a time thing, but it might have been a power issue at the auditorium. And we got a streaker running in the outfield. We always have one every year. At least this one actually kept his bottoms on. And I guess he realized he just climbed over to the bullpen and had to jump over to the second fence to go meet up with his buddies in the back, and hopefully they haven't ran off with his clothes. Well, I'd love to say you don't see that every day, but you see at least one every year. Takamatsu reaches on first base on a hit by pitch, and Garten now will bat with the bases loaded. There's a little bit of hilarity here, too, at Hastings Stadium. Thankfully, he had his shorts on, so we're okay. Or at least it's not shorts, it was boxer shorts, but still. I couldn't tell if they're Fruit or Loom. I couldn't tell you what's on them. I knew they were kind of like, they looked like they were blue and they might have been gray. That's all I saw. Meanwhile, the count is 1-1 on Garten. My first game back. So what did you do tonight, Dad? Yeah. Well, kids, this is what we did. Went to a baseball game, and somebody decided to take their clothes off and run across the field. Say, what? Yeah, exactly. Well, let's just move on. Garten hits a liner right at the third baseman. A great scoop by the third baseman. Garten's retired on the line drive. He gives him a point at third base. It's a great catch, kid. And there's one away. Williams will bat with bases loaded and now 1 away. Williams swings through that first offering for strike 1. Williams pops this one foul, but that's going to go to play for strike 2. Count now 0-2. 1 away here in the Royals' 6th inning. They're leading this one 7-0 with the bases loaded here in the 6th, looking to make that lead even further. Catlin Moore and company on the Barnstormers side just trying to keep it status quo, give them some faint hopes of getting back in this ball game, or at least breaking the goose egg. That one misses inside on Williams. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Warren gets the sign from Kimball. That pitch misses for 2-2 count now. Reached out to our counterpart, Mark Perry, who's at Jack Couch Park. He is doing the play-by-play of that ball game. Hasn't messaged back yet, trying to figure out what the cause of the power outage is. But, yeah, the lights definitely went off at the stadium and around the area in Kitchener. That one misses inside. It's going to get away from Kimball. A wild pitch will be charged, and that's the 8th run will come across for the Royals here in this contest. Williams now has a full count in his favor. Runners do advance 90 feet on the wild pitch. So Williams has the corners in, and the middle infielders at double play depth now. That one misses outside, and Williams will draw the walk to load the bases up once again.
Front designated hitter, number 28, Ethan Hammond.
Ethan Hammond will be the batter. He singled in the 2nd inning, walked in the 3rd, and flew it to left field to start the 5th inning. Final score in from the Rogers Center. The Blue Jays defeated the California Angels 5-4. That one gets way wide from Morin. It looks like he's kind of doubled over in pain here, too. It looks like he disengaged weird off the mound here, now trying to dig himself a bigger hole, or at least fill in the one he made. Count now 0-1 on Hammond. That one's in there for a called strike. The count is 1-1. Count now 2-1. That one sails outside again on Hammond. Carson Burns waiting in the wings. Already with a double and 2 RBIs in the contest. That one misses low, and the count now 3-1 on Hammond. Morin's got no place to put him, though. He needs to throw a strike and get a ground ball any way possible here. Infield at double play depth all the way around now. And he'll draw the bases loaded walk to make it a 9-0 ball game. Give him the RBI. And the 9th run of the night comes across for the Royals. And Carson Burns will come to the plate. Not before Dan Goodman will come out for a visit with his pitcher. Well, looks like he's going to let his pitcher stay in here. There's no activity like I can tell. I can see some heads over in the bullpen, but nobody doesn't look like there's throwing down there. They got to dig out those binoculars. Mound visit over. He's done having a conversation with his pitcher. Kimball goes behind the plate here, and Catlin Moran will try to find his way back out of this inning. And the guy beside me just handed me a pair of binoculars. Thank you, sir. Burns hits the grounder. Strong will come home with a throw with the plate. They'll get the force out, and that's all they'll get. But the out is recorded. Burns will reach on the fielder's choice. 3-2 goes your put out for the second out of the inning. Going to bring up Ashton Patterson now with 2 away. Patterson's reached the base with a single and a walk and grounded out 5-3. This is an RBI tonight. Takes strike 1 there from Catlin Moran. (9-0) is your score here at Hastings Stadium. A six-run second inning. 1 in the third, and now 2 here in the 6th inning for the 9-0 lead for the Royals as Patterson takes strike 2. Count now 1-2. That one misses upstairs, almost hits Patterson, and the count is 2-2. Patterson, the former Guelph Silver Creek, former Guelph Griffin, Kitchener native, played his baseball here. He said from the junior level onwards here in the Royal City when he came to the University of Guelph. As he fouls that one off to stay alive at 2-2. He definitely can run with the best of them. Now definitely can track down baseballs he has no business getting to. Hearing in the chat that the lights are coming back on at Jack Couch Park. We should be able to resume baseball hopefully sooner or later as Patterson wears that one on the backside. And the night just gets tougher and tougher for the Barnstormers. It's now 10-0 for the Royals. That pitch just slipped out of Moran's hands. Non-intentional whatsoever.
The right fielder,
Andy Leader now the ninth batter of the inning here. Royals batted around in the second inning and on the verge of doing so here. Another one. That is now the second mound visit and the 4th one of the night that will be charged to the Barnstormers. And the call is being made to the bullpen. So we'll take a quick pause from the action here as we wait for that bullpen to emerge. We'll see you in a minute. Welcome back to Hastings Stadium. A quick look at the Rawlings out-of-town scoreboard. Lights are back on at Jack Couch Park, but if you're a Panthers fan, you might want to keep them off. It is 13-1 for the Jackfish. That game is in the 6th inning. Majors hanging on to a 3-2 lead in the 6th inning at the Bat Park over the Hamilton Cardinals. RJ Rose, great to see you in the chat. Yeah, we do miss you here. Had a nice opportunity to chat with Jeff and the umpires as they pop back into the stadium for the first time in a long time. I hope you're okay, Rosie. As Sam McKinley takes over on the mound here. Leader hits this one in the air into shallow right field. He's going to be caught, and that's going to end the inning. McKinley comes in and does the job to put the fire out here in the 6th. Royals will take a 10-0 lead into the top of the 7th inning when we come back.
Hard line drive up the middle. Whoa! Lindor out of nowhere. How did he do that?
That Lindor can play. I don't know about that hair. And don't get me started on those gloves.
I don't know. I kind of like it.
It's time for a revolution. The Ref 1X by Rawlings.
Top of the 7th inning here at David E. Hastings Stadium. The Guelph Royals leading this one 10-0 on Royals TV in Game 1 of the quarterfinals. I'm Neil Srivastava. Thank you so much for tuning in on YouTube this evening. It's great to be back in the box, at least for a couple of games anyways. We're not going to overdo it. Just glad to fill in for Mark and Josh tonight. Mark's, of course, working the Kitchener Panthers game up the road at Jack Couch Park, and Josh Alderman unfortunately had work commitments he couldn't get out of. But again, thanks to both those guys for filling in so valiantly for the last month. And of course, thanks to the Hamilton Cardinals and their staff and everything else. The guys at Cable 14 for filling in as well. Well, I haven't been able to make out to the ball games in person. I do miss it, and I missed you all. But at the same time, our health's got to come first, and we've got a long road ahead of us still. Count now 1-2 on Vasilenic. A big strikeout. Another punch out for Elvin Girls as Vasilenic goes down swinging. Greg Kimball will be the batter now, the catcher. Thank you so much, RJ. Jay's at home watching and probably echoing your sentiments. This one's lined out to J.D. Williams, who I just had to make sure he caught that ball because he kind of caught it and then did some kind of weird move with it. But as Kimball is retired on the F8 for the second out of the 7th inning here. Spencer Marcus, who's got a pair of hits in the contest, a double and a single. 2 for 3 in the contest. Looking to get things going with 2 away here for the Barnstormers. Barnstormers, of course, having all kinds of trouble getting to the ballpark tonight. Apparently their bus popped a tire just outside of London, so that delayed them even further. Not a good feeling when you got to play a hot team like the Royals and you come into this ball game, less than ideal situation. But they're gamers, and they didn't make any complaints. They didn't ask for a time delay or anything. They just wanted to come out and play some baseball. 2-0 count on Spencer Marcus now. Swings and misses of that one. Runs the count to 2 balls and a strike. There's a strike called. And the count is 2-2. Grills back into his groove here. 2-2 offering. Swung on and missed. Marcus goes down swinging. And Evan Grills is definitely firing him up tonight. His Royals lead this one by 10 as they come to the 7th inning stretch here at Hastings Stadium. Connor Moore will lead the bottom of the 7th inning off for the Guelph Royals, who lead this one 10-0. Thank you so much for tuning in on YouTube. If you're watching on Royals TV, do appreciate you all hanging out with us this evening. Make me feel right back at home. As Spencer McKinley's offering is in there for strike 1 on Morrow. But Evan Grill is definitely the story of the ball game. Definitely gets better as the game progresses. Reminds me a lot of Brett Gray and how dominant he was, not only with the London Werewolves, where he set the independent league record for strikeouts, but when he came back to the league and with the Royals and Brantford Red Sox. Actually reached out to Brett Gray earlier in the summer, but unfortunately due to everything else, haven't had a chance to reconnect, so I will definitely do that. I definitely want to have an interview with him and just talked about how his days with the Royals and how he found out the inter-county after his days of playing with the Werewolves. And get him to tell his side of the story about that massive strikeout game. It's a great story, but I just love hearing it coming from him. Of course, I think his son's now somewhere in the Division II NCAA as well, so maybe we can get them both on the air. Morrow fouls that one off to keep the count at 1-2. Barnstormers will have to be, like, to borrow a phrase from Ted Lasso, like goldfish and put this one behind them very quickly. Like I said, the quick turnaround in this series. Game 2 goes tomorrow night at Fergie Jenkins Field in Chatham, Kent. Game time on that pitch game is 7 o'clock, or 7:05, sorry. Mike and Ed will have the broadcast on YouTube. Great pair of gentlemen. Was hoping to get it down there to meet those guys in person and just thank them for keeping an old guy like me on my toes. They definitely stepped up the game there. That one gets away from the catcher, but that's ball 4. And Morrow will reach here to start the 7th inning, and Franklin Torres, who's reached base 3 times, 2 times for a walk and a single, has scored 2 runs, will be the batter now. Scored 1 run. Got stranded at. Actually, no, he has scored 2 runs, sorry. McKinley's first offering goes all the way to the backstop, and Morrow will walk down to second, will trot down to second. There's no walking, especially on Dino Romero's field. That'll be scored a wild pitch, and the first pitch to Torres has been there for ball 1. Ball 1 misses low. It's now 2-0. Now misses there for a called strike. Or is in there for a called strike, rather. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes on Torres. Garrett Takamatsu and Josh Garton waiting in the wings with nobody away here. Of course, the first round series in the quarterfinals are best of 5s. Semifinals and finals are both best of 7s. League likes to get a couple teams done and over with before September hits, and then let the real baseball happen as they march through September. Torres gets a hold of this one deep to right center field. Right fielder backpedaling. He's going to make the catch about 10 feet in front of the warning track for out number 1. Morrow has to go back to second base now with 1 away. Torres just got underneath that one. Or as Maxwell Smart used to say, missed it by that much. And Garrett Takamatsu will bat with Morrow at second base. I got to find you more current references other than Maxwell Smart. I used to come home to watching that in black and white on CHCH TV. Takamatsu hits this one through the hole. A great valiant effort by the shortstop, but he's not going to get to that one. He's wound up almost down to out of play line. That was a long run for the shortstop. Takamatsu will reach the board on a single. Morrow goes to third. Royals on the corners now with 1 away for Josh Garton. 10-0 is the score in favor of the Royals. Garton hit him an absolute missile at the third baseman the last time up. He takes strike 1 inside. The one-man clapping crew, and nobody else clapped around him. I think that was his better half. Or a dear friend. I'm not sure. But somebody was cheering for Garden, but nobody else helped. The count now 1-1 on Garden. Garden fouls that one off, and the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes on the big slugger. I think Andy's mom might be in attendance. That voice sounds very familiar. I may have to go down and give her a hug on the way out. Yeah, wrong team, X-Fi. Wrong team. But great to see you in the chat, sir. As Garten fouls that one off, and we just about lost another, just about lost the camera on that one too. Nothing like watching this at home and see. Thank you, sir. So far, we're gotten through 7 innings. We're not in a lot of pain, so that's a good sign. Not suggesting we do this every night, though. Let's see how we feel tomorrow morning. That would be the big test. That one gets away from the catcher, and that's going to bring home the Royals' 11th run as Morrow gets home. Royals are definitely playing station to station, not trying to run this one up by any means. Morrow comes home on the wild pitch. Takamatsu goes to second base, where he stands there for Garten, who has got working now with a 2-2 count. That one gets away again, and Kimball's having a rough night with his pitching staff. That'll be another wild pitch charge to them. Takamatsu now 90 feet away for Garden, if he can find a way to poke away a single through the infield. Garten fouls that one off, and that's called a classic ugly finder as people went bailing out of the way in the dugout. Thankfully, nobody was uglily found. His teammates are all pointing at, hey, you got to hit it that way. He's laughing back with his teammates now. That's classic Garts, though. When he's in a good mood, everything is much better in his world. And when he's hitting the baseball, everything is better in the Royals' world. As he swings and misses, he'll go down on strikes for the second out of the inning. J.D. Williams will bat now with Takamatsu at third and 2 away.
Number 8, J.D. Williams.
Thank you for the scoreboard update. Bottom of the 7th inning now at Jack Hedge Park. The Jackfish are leading that one 14-1, so it's safe to say the Jackfish have been awoken in the postseason. Panthers did score that first run in that contest in the bottom of the first inning, and it's been 14 straight runs for the Jackfish since. As Williams swings and misses to the first offering for McKinley, first strike one. Williams swings and misses that one. Count 0-2. McKinley gets a sign from Kimball. Goes back to work here. 0-2 offering. Misses outside for a ball. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ethan Hammond waiting in the wings. 1 for 2 in the contest, but has reached on a base with a walk and a single. Sorry, 2 walks and a single. That one, Williams backed him off the plate, but the plate umpire was able to call him out on that pitch. sure Williams will not have an argument given the score is 11-0 for the Royals. We head to the top of the 8th inning when we come back here at Hastings Stadium. Sadler Glidden to lead things off in the top of the 8th inning against Evan Grills, who is definitely mowing them down, cooking them down, frying them up, whatever, serving them up. He's got 8 strikeouts tonight. His Royals leading this one 11-0. So expect Grills to probably go the distance in this one and pad those stats a little more. Of course, he was half joking with manager Dino Rommel apparently earlier this week. He was going to strike out 12, so the bullpen was going to get a night off. So sorry, he's actually living up to his end of the bargain. Now just 4 strikeouts away. Hope Dino's not holding him to his word on that one, expecting 12 though. Knowing Dino, though, he is a Greek after all. He might be trying to force him to get 12. I love you, Dino. I'm just joking. Strike 3 call, and there's number 9 as Goodwin goes down looking without even a good afternoon, a good morning, or a good night there. 9 punch-outs on the night now, and Seth Strong, the Panda, will be the batter.
First baseman, number 30, Seth Strong.
Majors still leading to that 3-2 lead over the Hamilton Cardinals. That game is in the 7th inning as well. We're in the top of the 8th inning. It is 11-0 for the Guelph Royals here in Game 1 of the quarterfinal series. Game 2 in a lot of series will go tomorrow night. So if you're definitely looking at the IBL website, go to the IBL.ca, hit the How to Watch button. And now there's an option where you can actually bring up all 4 games will be going on at the same time on the same screen. So you don't have to be like me and, deck out your office with 4 or 5 TV screens or computer monitors to watch all the baseball at the same time and give yourself a horrible neck strain. Of course, you do follow us on Instagram, or you followed around the IBL on Instagram. You've seen the office a few times in the last few weeks while various different baseball things have been on. But Strong works with a 2-1 count now as he fouls that one off. That looks like a big, hefty club he's swinging. The 5th infielder, actually the 4th infielder, they had the shift on with Strong here. There's no rules against the defensive shift here in the Intercounty.
Second baseman, number 7, Robert Mackey.
Strong is retired on the 4-3 for the second out of the inning, though. Robert Mackey with the batter. A pair of singles for Mackey and a strikeout. As he takes strike 1 in the inside half here. As Grills gets back to work. Checks the swing, but he knew he went around on it. You can ask the umpire if it was on the swing, and he nodded his head. Mackey just agreed. That's a called strike for 0-2 count. 0-2 offering. Swung on and missed, and that's 10 punch-outs for Girls. Tidy 8th inning for Evan Girls. His Royals leading this one 11-0. Coming to bat in the home half of the 8th inning when we come back. Bottom of the 8th inning we go here at Hastings Stadium. Welcome back. I'm Neil Srivastava. Thank you so much for tuning into Royals TV on YouTube. Game 1 of the quarterfinals hasn't been a pretty one so far if you're a Chatham Kent Barnstormers fans. The Guelph Royals leading this one big, 11-0, and having to deal with the juggernaut that is Evan Grills on the mound has not been an easy task for these Barnstormers. Ethan Hammond will lead things off against Sam McKinley here in the 8th inning. Grills up to 10 punch-outs on the night. Hasn't been a single soul even taking a whiff down to the bullpen for the Royals. I think Evan Grills put everybody. Actually, I stand corrected. There's somebody down there, but I think they're just down there talking to somebody. They sure ain't throwing it, that's for sure. I think that's just for show. Actually, there's a pair of them down there, so I think they're just down there for show. Count now is 2-0 on Hammond, and now make it 3-0. And the hot fodder, I expect nothing less from you down in Chatham Kent tomorrow. I love watching your Instagram segments when you're introducing the lineups with various nicknames depending on the theme. I do promise to make my way down to Chatham Kent next year to see all you guys in person. Hammond draws the 5-pitch walk. And Carson Burns will be the batter here with a runner at first and nobody away. Much respect in return, sir. Much respect in return. I love the invasion video you did in the little bat park, too. Burns hits this one off the end of the bat, but that's going to go foul and be evens the count at 1-2 Sorry. It's 1-1. I just looked over at the scoreboard and it said 1-2. And I'm like, wait a minute, there's only 2 pitches thrown. I know I've been out of the game for a few weeks, but the math hasn't changed that much, has it? 2-1 now the count on Burns. Ashton Patterson waiting in the wings, followed by the top of the Royals order here in the 8th inning. Up by 11, so you can guarantee the Royals are not even thinking about stealing bases. They're going to go station to station. They've been on the wrong end of these ball games themselves many times and don't want to run things up. Especially when you got less than 24 hours till you're playing the same team again in a different ballpark. That one's fouled away, and that'll make the count. Full count here on Burns. I wasn't sure if Carson Burns was mad because I was revealing his secret games he used to play with Keith Candell or not, but Keith's a dear old friend. And Keith actually was one of the first guys when I was general manager back in 2014 I brought here to the Royals. He was with the Burlington Bandits at that time.
The left fielder, number 50.
Dan Trecchia was he was recommended by Trecchia to bring him here in the first place. Had a lot of fun building that roster in 2014, but we just couldn't get out of the first round. We scared the holy poop out of Brantford the year before in the final, in the quarterfinals, though, before they woke up and won their next championship. As Patterson swings and misses at that one. For strike one. I'm a bigger fan of closer games myself, RJ. But sometimes you wind up with, I hate to use word stinkers like this, but unfortunately it has been one of those ones. That's not a fault of the Barnstormers or anything, just some bad breaks in the second inning. Count now 1-2 on Patterson. Kinley side. This one's chopped through the hole. Patterson is going to collect his second hit of the all game. Hammond will stop at second base as the Royals are definitely playing station to station here. Not even being overly aggressive whatsoever. Bottom of the 8th in Kitchener, it is still 14-1 Jackfish. Thank you so much for the update, Tammy. Last time we looked over at the London Majors and Hamilton Cardinals, we're still 3-2 in the bottom of the 7th inning. That's now the bottom of the 8th, actually, at Labatt Park. Of course, the Royals and Majors put on a heck of a show Wednesday night at Labatt Park. I actually turned the game off because I had to get some rest. I watched the rest the next morning. But it was a very great ball game. Well pitched from both sides, well played on both sides. And that's the kind of rivalry the Majors and Royals have built over the years. You expect nothing less. And I can see that happening with the Barnstormers and Majors over the next few years as well. I know many people were disappointed the Majors didn't get a chance to play the Barnstormers in the postseason, but just hey, you never know. That's how baseball works sometimes. As Leader hits this one into a charge in the deep center field, and the center fielder is going to watch this one hit the bottom of the fence. Actually, no, it's not. That's a home run call as that hit the top of the fence and came back in. A 3-run blast makes it now 14-0 for the Royals. Leader with his first home run of the postseason. It is so hard to see out here from our vantage point. My apologies on the botched home run call.
The shortstop, number 3, Connor Morrow.
Connor Morrow will bat now. Reached base on via the walk twice and been hit by a pitch. Grounded out 6-3 and 5-3. Leader's 4th RBI of the night. Can't tell me he's not a playoff guy. Always has been. And that is definitely his mom down in the front row because I heard her cheering. You're just a fan of baseball, Tammy. It's all good. We won't judge you. We won't judge. We won't pass judgment on you for being a Baycats fan. I love working with Julius. I love working with Sam. I love working with Ben Davey. And Josh Matlow and I go back a few years as Morrow gets a charge into this one to center field himself. And this one is going to be caught right at the edge of the fence for out number 2. A great grab by the center fielder there to just get that one just in time.
The catcher, number 44, Franklin Torres.
Franklin Torres will bat now with 2 away. And a very quick turnaround once again in this series. Game 2 tomorrow night is in Chatham Kent. Game time is 7:05. If you can't make your way down the highway to Chatham Kent, like I can't, you can definitely tune in on YouTube and watch Ed and Mike bring the calls for you from lovely Ferguson Jenkins Field. We're back in action Sunday night here for Game 3. Game time, please note that, Royals fan, it's a 7 o'clock start, not a 7:30. So we're trying to give the Barnstormers and everybody else who has to go to work the next morning a little extra time before the game's in. That one is grounded out by Torres, 5-3 to end the inning. We're off to the 9th inning when we come back after the break. Top of the 9th inning. If you're Chatham Kent Barnstormer fans, you're probably breathing a huge sigh of relief. We won't mention the score, but it is a lot. I'll leave you guys up to the reading. Excuse me for belching in the ear. I'm passing a little water bubble there. This one is lined in the outfield. Williams is there. He'll make the catch, and Williams is retired. Williams to Williams for the F8 for the first out of the inning as Evan Grills is out to pitch out, looking to complete this one out himself. Lee Casera will be the batter now. With the one away, Casera's got a pair of strikeouts. Like I said, half jokingly, he promised Ramel 12 strikeouts and 140 pitches. He's got 10 so far, and Casera fouls the first one off he sees here. He's had 111 pitches, 78 of them are strikes, so he hasn't been missing the strike zone too often tonight. And when it's hit down the right field line, leader's got a chase on it. He's going to go flat out and not make this one. Casera on his horse. The flash, round second, thinking about third. Lost the helmet. He's going to be in there with a stand-up. Well, he slid in anyways. As Don Bernard probably told him to stay up. But give him the triple. And they're saying, are they saying it was fair ball or foul? I'm pretty sure it was a fair ball. Umpires with a weird signal down the line here. I'm still kind of confused. But Casera, oh, it was for calling time. Okay, never mind. But Casera turned on the Jets there, and that's why you guys nicknamed him the Flash. We just saw that firsthand. A one-out triple here in the ninth inning. And that one hits him this time. And Jalen Butcher, who tried to negotiate his way on earlier via the walk, definitely got hit with that one. Now runners at the corners here is Grills might be showing chinks in his armor here. Torin Vasilenic now the batter. Vasilenic is 0 for 3 in the contest. Does have one strikeout. Evan Grills looking to get out of this ball game. Give the Royals the first win of this quarterfinal series. That one gets away from Torres, and the Barnstormers are going to break the goose egg with their first run of the postseason and the first run in franchise's postseason history. Wild pitch will be the official score on that one. Ball one to Vasilenic as Lee Casera comes home to score the Barnstormers' first franchise run in postseason history. And that one's tagged deep to left field, pretty deep. And that's not going to be caught by anybody. Williams is able to cut it off. He gets the ball back in. Barnstormers are going to score another run here. And like we say, the adage goes, no run is ever safe in the intercounty.
The catcher, number 10, Greg Kimball.
14-2 is now the score as Greg Kimball will come up, and Torin Vasilenic and in most other ballparks in the intercounty would probably be making the round trip walk around the bases, but unfortunately had to settle for a double. And the RBI. That one just misses low to even the count at 1-1 on Kimball. Grills close to the 120 pitch mark now. 10 strikeouts in the contest. A big swing and a miss by Kimball for strike two. RJ, I've seen many games like that in this very ballpark. Some of them have been good, and a lot of them have been very nightmarish and very unsettling. And that one just misses on the out half. Torres tried to pull it back in and didn't get the call. Grills looks at the umpire for a little guidance on that one. Gets a hand signal and nods his head. 2-2 offering. They swung on and missed, and that's 11 strikeouts for Evan Grills.
Center fielder, number 19, Spencer Marcus.
First pitch misses upstairs to Spencer Marcus for ball one. I want to thank the Barnstormer fans, to a man and a woman down there, for supporting that team, supporting the dream that Dom Donnell had of bringing IBL baseball, and thank you to all for backing it. I hope you will continue to do so in the future. It's great to have you guys aboard. There's a ground ball hit to Morrow. He's up with it. He'll throw to first in time, and that's the ball game. The Guelph Royals draw first blood in this series as they win this one 14-2 behind the stellar performance of Evan Grills. 11 strikeouts on the night for Grills. One off what he told Dino Romel he was going to get tonight, so I guess he owes Dino a couple of cold ones at some point. But thank you so much for being here with us at Hastings Stadium. Reminder, Game 2 of this series goes tomorrow night in Chatham, Kent. Game time is 7:05. You can't make the trek down, Royals fans. You can definitely catch the game on the Barnstormers YouTube. You can watch the link in our YouTube chat right now as well. It's underneath this in the comments, or sorry, in the description settings. And we'll be posting on social media as well. Game 3 of the series is back here at Hastings Stadium. 7 o'clock start on Sunday night. Please note the start time. We'll see you guys then. Take care. For Jacob Chappelle, I'm Neil Srivastava. Have yourself a great night. Remind you, kind of stays for you guys, so practice as often. We'll see you again soon. Take care.